Yes, here it is. I am now live on YouTube. Hello, happy Labor Day. It is Monday. I hope everyone has had a nice day. I definitely enjoyed research on some really good medical stuff. So, hopefully within the next week, I'll be able to reveal what I've been researching. I'm super excited to share with you guys because the information I knew either years later after first discovering this nutrient that it's full I wanted to dedicate this stream exclusively, mostly to the young students in high codes and the discovering the injustices and inequalities around women's fat. After I had twins, my hormone levels were all over the place. I'm just trying to exist. I'm just trying to be myself. Yet, why does it feel as if I'm being penalized or punished, or as a female, like we have to behave or act differently? Like I'm as well, that we need to be treated equally, and all that's hurt my entire life. So, got equal rights. The reality is that's the worldly vision, which is be beautiful and sexy and let the world see you, and that's really good. And I'm not saying that the world shouldn't see you and shouldn't see your beauty, but how you go about displaying who you are is the issue. They don't tell you the time and place. They don't tell you the repercussions of what happens when you don't respect certain laws, the laws of attraction. There's some things you just cannot argue. And I'm just going to have to break a couple of reality, or I'm not shouldn't say reality. Or if you've never been to Planet Reality, let me bring you down here with us. I understand how frustrating dress codes are. I understand how frustrating it is to be told things for the sake of being you. The reality is men and women are different. The reality is the way that the man processes information and things is not the same way that a woman processes information and things. It's the way that they visualize them. So as much as people want to sit here and cry and say, oh, it's not fair, why are women getting treated or getting singled out? Well, maybe instead of getting mad, a lot of men are probably not going to like to hear this. You're being called out to a higher standard. You know why? Because you're that special. Or crying, you understanding and just discovering the simple fact that your feelings are hurt, you're offended, you feel like you're being called out, and we're calling you out to be separate and to be better. To be, it's like, I don't know, it's difficult because I'm not just see. No, this is a painful experience because everything that you have been raised to believe, you watch the music videos, you listen to the music, you watch the shows, you watch the trends, you see, you aspire to be. And guess what? These women are beautiful. And guess what? You are beautiful. So I don't think most of these, accepted. I don't think, I know I didn't believe it. And I don't think you've already had it from your child, but you are so much more attractive and so much more beautiful when you actually carry yourself or cover yourself up more in certain environments. If you are and you have your man or you're married or whatever, you got your soulmate, that's the time where you need to be yourself. That's when you can be yourself. Society says be yourself, just not like that. Or the reality is you can't really, really, truly be yourself until you're with, your significant other. And that's the thing that I'm sorry that I didn't tell you about employment or the beef stuff. It's one of these things where it's like we're trying to help you to see that. We want you to see how valuable you are. But it's hard to go against what society has told you for so long, showing off all the skin. That's the frustrating thing. It really is trying to convince you, like, I don't know, you think about a pretty package, you think about something really, really rare, something that's exclusive or limited edition. Like right now, we're going into pumpkin spice and apple cider holidays or certain times of year. It's like, I only get this. Like I heard of a family member that they only drink wine once a year. They get one bottle to themselves and they cost a lot of money. It's like, ooh, guess how much it costs for this? Or I had to save this much money. Treat each and every single one of us like it's an exclusive, rare, once in a lifetime only. Like that's how each individual is. And because women are different than men, I'm sorry, like I'm just gonna play like you I wish I could say it without it sounding so. I'm just have such a high regard of women, especially young women like you know, don't be a bitch, don't be arrogant, don't be selfish, don't be thinking like you're like the best thing in the world. Be humble, be yourself, be a good person, but also don't make it so easy for these guys to enjoy looking at you. It's like because it doesn't take much. This is the difference. You think it's unfair that you get singled out or called out. It's like you should see it as a privilege. It's like, yeah, like and by any that's it, or because you have a wonderful talent, or because you're gifted at the ability to speak, ability to write, ability to create. You've got athleticism. Um, just there's so much stuff out there with. It's always been. It hasn't. This isn't the beginning, or this isn't the end. Fashion and trending and trying to fit in and finding your place has always been. It's a reoccurring theme. It's the human condition. And we're trying to go against what years and years of mind control has pretty much done on the mind. Men expect women to look a certain way and to behave a certain way. You've got so much of the influence in the music telling you how you should dress and look and perform and act and conduct yourself. So, emotions, you're getting yourself caught up in these races and these competitions. You're burning through all the dopamine, like you're looking at all these attractive things all day, every day. And it's like when we're at school, are to get out of that mindset of like the right fashion. And that's where the thing is, it gets so distracting. And most people hate the idea of military uniform. But let me tell you about uniforms. Guess what? Most of you those are the jocks, or those are the preps, or those are the FFA, or those are the cowboys, or those are the back in my day it was the emo kids. You got the band kids, you got the anime kids, the library nerds. In uniform, you can just go out there and just look and see what people are associated with based on their aesthetics, what they're wearing. You will naturally go into a little category, your own club, based on your attire, your uniform. The thing is, though, imagine if everyone is wearing the exact same thing. The only way that you would be able to identify the person actually doing your character wouldn't be based on your hair color. It wouldn't be based on any tattoos or piercings. It wouldn't be based on any trending outfits. It would only be based on your actions. You can actually tell more about a person based on what they do, and you can get the true person when you're not so focused on what the uniform they've decided to put on for themselves. You've got the goth kids who are all black, or the people who are in like the Satanist groups. You got the cute little church who's a group, who's a club. And as much as I would love to say, yes, be yourself, always be yourself, the reality is, and this is the thing that I think huge disservice to a lot of young adults at all cost. The thing is, they don't tell you, they don't prepare you for what happens if you don't respect these rules and why there are these rules. Women want to sit here and say it's unfair that we're always being singled out. You should be very grateful. It's a huge compliment. That means it is truly the biggest form of love and those feelings, and realize what is trying to be accomplished. We're trying to get mentors on campuses, college and high school. It doesn't matter. Especially with young women, it's not trying to sit here and say like you are not allowed to be yourself, but the potential ramifications are for not respecting the laws of attraction and be trendy and getting education, being in a safe environment. Because as much as we want to complain as women, that the perspective is, and especially when we're coming time for places where we're supposed to be focusing on school, focus on getting ourselves in a better position for life. The best way, this is one of my favorite quotes. I don't know where it came from. I like to say that I came up with it, but I'm sure I got it from someone else. I'm not gonna. It's as much as I would love to sit here and say, yes, be yourself all the time, everywhere, every place. That's not how the world works. And as soon as you figure that out, that, hey, life's unfair, this is going to hurt, this is painful, I don't like it, get through school, follow the rules, respect the dress code, respect what these other people are doing that have lived here X amount of years more. Someone in their 40s. Yeah, we got to think about the bigger picture. It's hard. High school was fun, but getting out of high school without some of the trauma would be better. And I'm not trying to bust anyone's bubbles, but let's just be real here. On campus, sexual assault. Everyone with smartphones. This is now you got uncomfortable circumstances, and we need less distractions. And it's not, again, saying we don't want you to have fun. We don't want. I guess, unfortunately, they didn't tell you guys. High school wasn't the time, or it is the time, but we can combat with the modern day media and have us not realizing just it's the simple differences in the genders. Men have their issues too. My biggest complaint isn't so much about how we display or how we not display, distribute the discipline. There's violations, of course, within men's because entire lives to embrace it and to just be beautiful and let the world see us. That's what we've been told. And the thing is, if we're not careful and we're not being very cautious about to more unnecessary problems, distractions, causing other people around us essentially held hostage as well, to an extent. A lot of these young men, they don't necessarily always want to see things that the women are presenting or putting off. And it's unfair to them. And that's why I like to say, dudes, we can do a lot more or what have you, and still enjoying the learning environment. There's lots of conversations that could be had, lots of different fashion trends and styles, except for the fact, yeah, this is hard, it's difficult, some things are not fair, but also seeing, hey, instead of being mad about it, truly be glad about it. Be glad knowing that there's people who that care that much about you. It's like, I don't know, just think about yourself as a beautiful cupcake that needs to be put on display, frostings, different ways to accept subject now, because there's so much that can be said. One of the things I wanted to just touch on too, because it's just, this is why I'm always adamant about people writing notes or taking journals. A lot of people don't think about reading the Bible and the benefits of it, and it's just simply realizing that these are actually actual people, and they had it crazy at it because it was recorded. We thought has worked in our life, we get caught up and we forget. So highly encourage you guys, dude, if you're not interested in reading the Bible, at least I think you'd be interested in reading your own story if you just take a couple of notes periodically every day. Within the next couple of months, look back and see how many crazy things happen, how many more important or more relevant. Only if you document and keep track and see that there's a lot going on in the world. For a new school year, I should say, starting our coach, having all these different ideas and putting it together in some type of teaching program. I've been kind of bouncing that idea for a while, and I think the biggest one that I want to focus on is with the new year coming, a lot of people make a lot of resolutions and stuff. And my thing is, don't wait until the new year. I'm going to just start holiday pregame preparation, and then just get down and have fun. We talk about time and place. Everyone has spent so much time working this year. Labor Day today for all the hardworking people out there. In the school year, we get to enjoy the holidays, and that is like the best time to get yourself like ready the new year. So when it's coming first, when there's a lot of candy and you got Thanksgiving and stuff, while stock it up with the stuff you don't love, the healthy crap you don't like, there's going to be like, suggestions and stuff that'll come. So organize your pantry with holiday things, get your sugar, get your flour, get all the baking crap in there. And then also start lining it up with things that would be some alternatives. So as you transition out through the new year, and we're getting ready for the new year, as we transition the old year, 2021, we're coming in towards 2021, 2022, I cannot think right now. I shouldn't even do numbers. Right? So as you run out of the old stuff from the holidays, you'll start seeing hopefully left behind are the new things. And then you can start to incorporate the new things with the old things and kind of overlap and slowly purge away the stuff that you don't need. Like if you start, for example, if you love soda and sugar, get Dr. Pepper, get the Coke, get the Sprite, whatever. And then I also get a bottle of carbonated water alongside of it. And then start to cut down the sugary soda with the carbonated water, or start to get fruit juice and cut it down with the carbonated water. The Martinelli's apple cider and stuff like that, if you get those for the holidays, take half of it, Martinelli's apple cider with a little bit of water or club soda, the cranberry juice and carbonated water, and slowly start to transition off of the sweet soda. Hopefully by that time you'll be in the habit of drinking. Believe it or not, I mean, there's little small subtle things. You can drink soda and enjoy, but it doesn't have to be an everyday thing. And you don't celebrating with special occasion. Birthday party, I'm going to have some Coke and some ice cream and some cake, But it has to be a slow transitional process. So I'm kind of brainstorming that idea of how to compile a lot of these ideas because it took me a while to. At one point in time, I was like, there's no way I'm going to be drinking. I'm not going to, I can't give up energy drinks and soda. There's no way I'm going to be able to cut. I'm not going to torture myself with it. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to enjoy the holidays. I'm going to limit them as well so they don't, affect my health in the long run. I think that's a good way to do it. Because there's this one really good book by this Indian author, this Indian woman. She was raised, in the States with American Western diet, but she said that she slowly started to purge things out of her diet. And then she has this great, definitely big about the whole thing of eat. And, but again, it's been years of just kind of transitioning like slowly. And the only reason why I keep bringing this up is not because like, I don't want people to enjoy life, but we can see what's happening in the country. Certain, natural disasters are occurring, and some people are just going to be completely cut off from stuff. And it's just one of those things like, are you going to be able to function without their luxuries and resources that we have been afforded to, or we've been so used to? Don't become a slave to anything. It's just my biggest argument. So if it doesn't apply to you, it doesn't apply to you. These are just suggestions, or, how are you able to do it? And realistically, the only way that I was actually able to accomplish anything is just keeping busy. That's it. That's really the only thing is like, you keep busy. That's what they did back in the Bible times. Like they didn't have cars. They had to walk everywhere. They didn't have all pretty much, I guess my mindset, a lot of it have ice. A lot of campuses, high school, colleges, they're always, even, I'm just going to even say, even churches. I'm sure you've heard these stories in churches. So for the young women who feel like they're being singled out because they are women, well, congratulations. You are being singled out because you are women. And there is a difference. And trust me, I'm not always happy about this. I'm dealing with my own personal convictions because, like, unfortunately out there who, it's not. We've been getting like told half truths and not the full story. not realizing that there are lots of people out there, men and women, who are enjoying the fact that we're so ignorant, walking around showing off all our bodies, and they're just pretty much exploiting us and we're not even aware. And or there are some people who are aware that they're being used for their attractiveness, or someone else is it's pretty much feeding an addiction, and in the long as well preserved anymore, is not taken care of, because the vulnerable and weaker persons or people will be more susceptible to attack because of someone else's interest and desires, their sexual appetite. Their what they want will eventually overpower and take over. And this is what we are paying for, is frozen water for a temporary enjoyment. Like, it feels good to drink ice water. It's very, very refreshing and nurturing, and it's beneficial. I'm not saying there's no benefits to ice. You are some sweet, sweet strawberry lemonade. You just need to stay rich in flavor and keep yourself well preserved in the refrigerator. Now, what often happens is we water ourselves down by throwing some ice in there, and everyone likes it. It's like, ooh, you look good, girl. Like, dang, lemonade. Okay? And just be yourself at full strength. You don't have to make yourself more enjoyable for someone else. Be full strength strawberry lemonade. Like, don't water it down. Don't water yourself down. Don't water your value down. Be fully concentrated. There are so many wonderful fashion statements you can make without everything being shown and exposed. It's like, they really, really love Wonder Woman. I don't really pay too much attention to Wonder Woman or Superman. I've definitely just been always a Batman fan. The original animated, the one with Mark Hamill as the voice of the Joker. Okay, so that Batman animated series is like my all-time favorite. So not necessarily huge fan of Wonder Woman. I don't follow too much of those shows or movies or cartoon series. Just the Batman one. But with me, whenever I think about Wonder Woman, I really want people to wonder, when you are carrying yourselves and your fashion, and when you have yourself covered up wearing a little bit more of a modest dress, showing your figure. You can show your figure about you. Like, I wonder what she has under there. I wonder in their head. Don't put it out there for them to see. Really, really appreciate who you are, not because of what is on the outside or what you're saying to get the attention. Make them truly wonder, like, what makes you so special. A full-length dress versus a woman wearing a tube top dress. Oftentimes, as soon as the guy sees a girl wearing a little tube top dress, more, they didn't get the immediate gratification. They have to sit there and look a little bit longer because they didn't get what they wanted the first time. They have to look longer. You have to make them wonder. So be a whole bunch of Wonder Women. We're like, I wonder what she's done. I don't realize how much. I don't like to use the word power because we're not trying to compete. We're trying to complement one another. So young women, young men, it's not a competition. I don't ever know. I say better only as in, I guess Buddy says, okay, yeah, you're just one of the dude or just girls, and it's kind of interchangeable, and this is however you feel. It's like there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more to it. It's very, very complex. And ultimately, this goes across the board, not just male or female, and rare, and hold yourself up to a higher standard that I appreciate everyone just, giving me an opportunity to kind of express where I'm, coming from with this. This isn't a punishment to women. It's not saying, like, you guys are so bad, you're a problem. It's like, we're trying to, like, explain to you, and that there's so much more that goes into it. I'm going to probably keep talking about this. Tomorrow, though, realistically, I got to go back into the heavy topics. My shirt says Baby Lives Matter, because I did a little bit of digging up on some old stream that I watched last night that was really depressing. I watched it last year, I'm sorry, in 2020 it premiered. And now we have more pro-life issue because it's not going away. And I'm hearing about, because Texas passed this, be done. We needed to get some stricter laws out there. So brace yourself for that tomorrow. I'm just gonna go ahead and hop off. And yep, I'm still in the works of getting the podcast going. Trust me, I'll be on TikTok. I'll be updating my Twitter page. I have a website in the works. Blog's still going on. Within the next couple weeks, there's going to be an explosion of different health things for people, preparing, I guess, some type of, I don't want to call it a course, just I guess a how-to guide of how to detox over the holidays and get more organized for the new year. Yeah, lots of reading and research. Very, very excited. I haven't forgotten about all the. We got parenting classes for Bible studies. We're researching. Also, just a whole thing with trauma, and I'm a recruiting thing of getting the ladies together, at least 3 or 4 ladies, and I'm doing a once a week, if not once a week, maybe twice. So seriously, stay with me. I know it seems like, what is she doing? She's just all over the place. She's not being consistent. They're getting tied together. Apologize for is if you don't learn anything, you can't take anything from this. So have a good night, and I will be in touch with everyone.